And phone calls?
We should. Come on.
Welcome to the 5-Hole. I'm your host, Nico Torres, with your co-hosts, Nick Natalie and Robert Hughes. I've had an absolutely miserable week, and Nick's going to rub it in for about an hour.
Not an hour.
Let's start.
Begin.
But it's been interesting, and I think all of us. I will say this: we were all proven wrong. You know, we all thought this was going to be a pretty competitive series, and I'm going to be honest, I thought it was. And the Yankees just kind of went back to that rut they hit. Was it like mid-July, end of July? They just couldn't win a series. Yeah, that's kind of what they've hit, and this is obviously not the time to do it. But you know, and the Dodgers have taken advantage. But I have to say though, when you look at some of the other numbers, like runners left on, runners left in scoring position, like the numbers aren't great on both sides, you know, and it's just that the Yankees have just had the worst of the numbers.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like this has been a very underwhelming, besides game one, which I think we can all agree was a very exciting game. That was
great game.
You know, we saw that game and we're like, wow, this is going to live up to what we think it should. And the last two games have not. And now you're down 0-3 and the backs are against the wall. And listen, you got a bullpen game today, and the Mets, you know, won one of those, and then they lost another one, and then I think they got eliminated from that. But you know, you have a shot at winning tonight if you can, you know, have smarter at bats, and I think you need to play a better lineup. You have to have Dominguez in there now. I don't know why he didn't pinch hit at all last night. I would have pinch hit him in the eighth.
He's awful.
That's
the answer. He hasn't played in 2 months, and he's awful.
Would you rather him than Dugo?
Yes. Would I rather Dominguez? No.
Then you wouldn't rather Dominguez than Verdugo at bat?
No.
Okay.
I wouldn't, because then he has to go field, and he's absolutely atrocious.
Okay, fair.
I wouldn't. This team has no. Okay, I'm just gonna go off. I just can't hear you speak. I can't.
I wasn't being bad.
I know.
Though.
It's just gonna get me infuriated.
Go ahead.
There's absolutely no scenario where any of the changes, if the changes are made today, you're already too late. The changes should have been made last night, and they weren't. Judge shouldn't be in the 3-hole.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Shouldn't be in any hole.
No, Judge should be dropped back. Maybe has changed something in his swing.
6? Would you put him at 5 or 6?
I mean, you would kind of have to put him at like 5. I think.
Okay.
Keep
going.
Yeah, put him at 5.
Keep going.
I would think. Judge isn't going to make any changes. We could see that now. It's 3 games in. He's done absolutely nothing. The rest of the bottom of the lineup has done absolutely nothing. Pitching is held off surprisingly. Like
the pitching's been pretty good.
It's been good.
Mm-hmm.
It's just
you're just not hitting.
It's just not hitting. The bottom of the lineup's not producing. Every single person on their lineup produces.
I mean, you got 2 guys that are really contributing, I would say. I mean, Gleyber a little bit has contributed, but other than that, it's pretty much just Soto and Stanton at times, it feels like.
No, Soto and Stanton are clutch.
Soto and Stanton have had really good, but it's like, it's just them. It's, you know what I mean? You're not putting together innings and moving guys over and you know, putting up multiple runs. There's no crooked numbers. It's pretty much a 1 or a 2 run shot and then on to the next inning. You know, and this seems like a very, very similar Yankee team that we saw last year, where they just relied on the home run ball late every game. You know what I mean? You're relying on maybe a guy to get on for Stanton so he could drive him in a home run.
That's what happens when you stop producing. When you stop producing at the bottom of the lineup, you stop hitting for average. This team, no one on this team is hitting for average right now. And waiting till the bottom of the 9th with 2 outs to produce 2 runs is just not. It's not going to win games.
Now, I have a question for you. What, you know, obviously a lot of people, it was a very controversial move by Aaron Boone, but what
Yeah, it was
what are your
absolutely
thoughts
atrocious.
on Nestor
You don't
Cortez?
even have to say it. It was absolutely atrocious. You have to go. You're in your bullpen, bottom 10. You're going against the heart of the line. Oh, not the heart. You're going against the top of the lineup, Ohtani, Mookie, and Freeman. I get his thought process, but you're just overthinking to overthink at that point. You have two people warming up in the bullpen. Nestor Cortez hasn't pitched since September 28th. Number one, he's not a relief pitcher. He's a starting
Was it
pitcher.
28th or was it 18th? I think it was 18th.
Something like that. Don't care. I don't. You have two lefties. It's the same approach for both things, except one pitcher is an unconventional thrower. He throws submarine. It's a
And he's
different.
been lights out.
And he's been
been
lights
good
out
in the playoffs.
It's a different release point, and you don't know how they're going to react to that. I understand their thought process. They wanted to bring Nestor in to get out Ohtani, and he did that in one pitch. But then he threw the exact same after walking Mookie, which intentionally walking Mookie wasn't the bet.
No, it wasn't terrible.
It was a fine move because when Verdugo goes out of bounds after he catches that ball, runners move over at second and third.
Not to mention, it's also against a pretty, at that point, injured Freddie Freeman. You know what I mean? Who doesn't have a lot of speed.
Moment.
And 0.0% of actual games does a manager go out and put that person, I'm going to start getting angry, and put that player in that position. You don't do that. You put in Tim Hill. And if you lose with the relief. You lose with the reliever. You do. You lose with your reliever.
Yeah.
High leverage reliever. You lose with your high leverage reliever. You don't lose with the starting pitcher who hasn't pitched in a month and a half. You don't. It doesn't make sense to me.
It doesn't.
Yeah.
You lost
really
that
doesn't.
game.
So
that killed you.
It was a
That
low leverage
killed you
spot
because
for
that
them.
was a good game before that. The
It
Yankees
was.
were actually producing.
Well,
They were actually doing
that's what we
things.
said. It was
That's
a good
the
game.
problem.
That was a good game. And this is something, and again, I'm referencing the Mets, but I'm not because it's the Mets. I'm referencing it because they did it.
Yeah,
They
this
pitched
morning,
Kodai Senga, right? Who hadn't pitched in a while, and he's one of their better
and he
starters.
got shelled.
He got shelled, but he got shelled in the first inning, and then they didn't score for the rest of the game. So, but they still had opportunities to change that. Now, that's something I think they should have done with Nestor. They should have had him open a game, get an inning or two in him, kind of get a feel of what we're dealing with, right? And then Senga didn't even pitch till the end, and then it got eliminated anyway. So it didn't really matter. I think they should have had him as an opener. You put Nestor as an opener. He lets up a couple runs. Great. This is a lineup
Yeah,
that
it's common sense.
they should have had him as an opener,
It's
not in the
common
10th
sense.
inning. That's what they should have done.
It's
like
common sense, and
Mendoza did.
it's absolutely atrocious. And this is the reason that home run, along with the fact that the umpires, well, the Yankees have done nothing correct. Umpires have been
Yeah.
absolutely atrocious.
Yes,
They've
I
been
agree.
absolutely
This has been
awful.
a bad umpiring.
That for once in the series, Yankees are trying to get a couple base runners on and try to maximize that opportunity. And Gleyber Torres does a little check swing, and it's 4 feet behind the plate, and he calls it a strike because it was a looking strike, I guess. Meanwhile, the ball was 2
He called
feet
it.
above.
No, he called it on the pitch. He didn't call the swing. He called it on
No,
the
he
pitch.
called it on the pitch. It was 2 feet above the zone.
Yeah, I know.
It was an
bad,
awful pitch.
terrible call.
It was an awful at bat. We're gonna do something for the first time ever in our podcast history,
Well, you get that set up.
and we're gonna go to the phones.
Ooh.
Hopefully the
So
Go
Nick,
to the
while I set
phones.
this up,
So okay, so question, and then this goes for obviously the more independent fan. Would you consider this, if tonight goes as what most people I think would expect it to, as it's been going the last few games?
Deontay Johnson just got traded to the Ravens.
He is
So
going to the
who cares?
Ravens.
Really?
Wow,
that's in wow.
that's big. For what? Sorry, I can look that
unaware
up.
yet.
Go to-
Look, it's
I-
Schefter just tweeted it.
But anyways, for the more independent fan out of this, being that your team wasn't even in the playoffs, but not to boast,
Rub salt in the wounds.
not to boast, but to sit as like a third party the entire time.
Right.
Would you
yeah,
consider
you're a
this?
third party now, so since you guys got
I
eliminated last week.
I said the entire time.
No, I'm just saying, but now you're a third party.
Yeah, you're about
I'm
to be.
sick and no, we're not because the season ends. So it doesn't mean you're third. I'm sick and tired. This
Anyways.
morning I woke up on the drive here and hearing Salicata, the bumbling idiot bald dude, on the fan talk about how the Mets were resilient and pushed through, and the Yankees are an average team at best. And I just can't stand it. One team's in the World Series, one team's not. It doesn't matter who you're playing. You play who's in front of you. One team's in the World Series, one team's not. I'm sick and tired of hearing that.
Anyways, would you say
Little rant.
you would?
Huh?
Little rant.
Yeah, a little
Yeah.
bit. I'm
Would
sorry, I
you-
was angry.
Would you going into the series and knowing what the result is as if tonight goes as what we think? Would you say this is the most underwhelming World Series?
Absolutely, 100%. It has to be.
You can finish that
Yeah.
up.
It has to be. It's a
I mean, this came in with a lot of like
taking
this
that
is the two.
but
the
but
two
I don't
biggest
know.
teams.
Honestly, I don't know because the media loves it. The MLB loves the fact that the Dodgers are sweeping right
wiping
now.
the floor.
Yeah, I
They
mean,
do. They love it.
It's a bad series, I guess, like considering the two teams involved. But
because again, you even look at those numbers like 1 for 18 with runners in scoring position, and then the Yankees are 1 for 20 or something, like both bad numbers and some like clutch hitting moments and certain things. Obviously, the Dodgers have taken advantage at times, but
if you're watching this right now and you want to call in, you know the number to call in. Swing a phone call and we'll add you in and we'll see how this goes.
yeah.
For the first time, we'll get a couple of Yankee fans on here.
But definitely you would say this is one of the more not the most, but one of the more underwhelming World Series in the recent, I don't know, I would say since 2000.
I would say so. Because there's a lot of anytime
we got a phone call from Todd from Yonkers. Todd, what do you got to say over here? Hold on.
Todd, it's not Todd.
Go. Say that again.
Todd here. Oh, it's my brother.
Hey,
It's
Todd, how you
Nicholas.
doing?
What's up?
What do you got to say?
I gotta say, the Yankees suck. Aaron Judge, that's not my captain. What do you feel about this?
Yeah, I mean, I think Judge is obviously a big problem but 162 games, his numbers. He's the captain. No matter what.
Yeah, I wouldn't take away. I wouldn't take away the captainship, but definitely you really have to look at like what is he doing differently? He goes from, again, the best bat.
Thank you, Nikki, for the call.
Thank you for the call, Todd. He goes from the best bat in baseball to almost a non-existent hitter in the lineup.
He's just,
what are you doing?
Some people aren't built for it. That's what it comes down to.
And I know that's a thing, and it is true, but what are you doing differently? And I'm sure, and there can't be that many guys where it's this drastic, where it goes from the best bat in baseball to nothing. I don't understand what is he doing wrong? What's changing? What's different in his approach? Is something wrong in his mechanics? Like, I don't.
We got Joe
really
on the phone right now calling in. Joe, what do you got to say?
Hey guys, Joe from Yonkers,
Hey,
long-time
What's up?
listener, first-time caller.
Nice.
I hope you guys are having a blessed day because I'm not. I had to go stand in Yankee Stadium last night while Freddie Freeman got his third up and in home run of the series.
Same pitch, all three.
I'm just wondering what you guys are feeling about tonight. Obviously, bullpen game. Yankees should win. If they win, what does this mean to you? Because it means nothing to me.
I would.
Thank you for the
agree.
call.
Thank you.
I would agree. I don't think this means a lot. Again,
Nah,
it's pride to win at home. That's pretty much what it
exactly.
means. You got a dub at home.
It's the Mavericks, Celtics.
Yeah.
They got to win at home.
You got it. It's a win at home, and that's it. I really don't expect much. You got it's Flaherty going on. Would be going if it got to 5. It would.
Yeah,
he's-
it would just be it would be Flaherty Cole. But I think that this is the big. I mean, if there's going to be fans out there, I mean, I'm certainly not one of them. If there's going to be fans out there that take a game 4 win, saving the sweep as a victory, I mean, sure. Am I going to get excited? Probably not. Am I going to get hopeful? Probably not. It's
No.
never been done before.
No.
Coming back from 3-0, I don't think that it's going to get me hype. If we win a second one,
Then
maybe.
right.
If we win if we
It's
win
true.
if we win 2 in a row, maybe, because you take
Game
one
6, anything can happen.
yeah, you take one in game 6, and
Yeah.
and then it really doesn't matter what you're at,
Mhm.
game 7. But
You're even.
Yeah.
one
You're
game
back.
one game doesn't do it for me. 2 games might do it for me.
Yeah, I agree.
And if it's
Fair
Cole,
enough.
if we win tomorrow and it's Cole Flaherty game 5,
is he pitching tomorrow? I heard originally he
no,
wasn't.
Heel's going to pitch tomorrow.
Heel is pitching.
Heel is pitching tomorrow. I
Okay.
think, yeah. So if it's going to be Cole,
He pitches tonight.
I thought he was tonight.
Heel's tonight. Yeah, that's what I just
You
said.
just said tomorrow.
No, tomorrow's Cole.
Oh, okay. That's what I
you,
just
did,
asked.
you did say heel tomorrow.
Oh, sorry. I got
I asked
today.
tomorrow. Yeah.
Today is Heel.
Okay.
Tomorrow is Cole Flaherty.
Okay. Okay.
So yeah, I mean, maybe if we do that and we get string 2 together.
Todd Lemire.
I got another phone
Here we
call.
go.
Is it Todd again?
Yes, it is.
Oh,
Hello.
Part 2.
Hello. My apologies on my brother calling in.
It's fine. What do you got to say?
But yeah, no, I just think Luis Gil, he's going to show up tonight. I'm talking 6 innings, 2 earned, less maybe. And I'm thinking like 6 Ks. We're going to get this dub, and Cole's going to show up tomorrow.
And you think it's
What do you think?
think it's 2
What do you think
easy
about that?
wins?
I think our bats wake the fudge up, and I think
PG.
I'm being optimistic, but who really knows? Yankees have been brutal to watch, but I'm hoping Heel shoves tonight. That's what I'm feeling. I'm feeling a Heel legacy game,
Heel legacy game.
legacy.
So
Yeah,
if
you
Heel,
heard it here
if Heel
first.
performs tonight and we
bro.
push it to a game, what is it, 5? We push to a game
Mhm.
5.
Yeah.
What happens with Cole Flaherty? You think that the bats wake up, or maybe
Cole Flaherty?
second time around the Yankees lineup against Flaherty does something?
Yeah, no, Flaherty isn't too elite of a pitcher, in my opinion. I think we should be able to get to him. I was surprised that we didn't put up more runs or put up any runs. How many did we put up on him? 1 or 2, I think. Forget.
Yeah, it was 2. I think.
Um,
I think it was, yeah, the bullpen
but-
came in.
yeah, no, second time seeing him, I hope we just light him up. You know,
I agree. I like
He is
that
in
call.
that
Thank
second.
you for the call.
bring it to 4-2 and see what we do in LA.
All right, I like that.
A
Thank you
long
for the
way to
call,
go,
Todd.
but
Yes, sir.
it's doable.
All right. So yeah, I mean, I'm glad that some people have optimism, because when I woke up this morning, I was really not. And I know our producer back there, Connor, is really not excited either.
As he's eating a granola bar
As he's
or
eating.
something. What is that?
But give me how, on your scale of like 1 to 10, what's your like positivity? 0.
Zero.
He threw
Gusak.
up an absolute 0.
Okay.
Well, the Jets doesn't help.
Yeah, it's been it was a long.
Absolute 0. You guys all know the phone call. If you're watching and want to call in, give your opinion, please do. We'll be here and listening. But I think that I said already that I'm not really too positive, and I know that Nick and Robert are basking in this glory of the Dodgers win, because we got another phone call. Look at that. Joe's back on the phone. What do you got, Joe?
Okay. This is genuine, real question. I want to know what you guys think might be best for the lineup, because I think, not that they'll ever do it, you can't hit Judge at 3 anymore, so it's got to
No.
go Torres, Soto, Stanton, and then you could stack Judge too, because they're okay stacking the righties, right?
Yeah,
I
which
mean, if
we've
you're
seen.
gonna-
They
if
have
you wanna
stacked the
keep
right.
it,
Yeah.
Exactly. If you want to keep it, at least get the guy who's gotten 2 hits yesterday into the lineup, not the guy that won 0 for 3 with a walk.
Mhm.
So I don't know. What do you think the best construction?
So wait,
could be
can
for
you
tonight?
say that again? What's that? 2, 3, 4, or 3, 4? What is that?
That was it was Torres, Soto, Stanton, Judge. Keep the rest the same, I guess.
You would move him to 4. I
You-
feel you gotta
Better
get
than
Peter
I think
three.
you would have to move.
At
him.
least he'll get up in the first inning.
Yeah, but do you want him up in the first inning?
No. Who Stanton?
You don't want
No,
Stanton
No,
up in the
no,
first?
no, Judge. I'm saying like
Oh,
if
Judge.
like Stanton.
No, I want Stanton up in
yeah,
the first.
Stanton on the
Yeah.
You
first
want the
inning.
hot guy.
You want the hot guy,
I-
100%.
hot guy.
Yeah, he
I-
is a hot guy.
Hottest
but,
hitter.
He's a hot bat
but
and a hot guy.
yeah, I mean, I agree. So, what would you say about the bottom of the lineup order wise? Like, would you keep Volpe? Would you keep Jazz? Like, how would you do
I
that?
don't
Would you
know.
have Jazz 5 now?
What
Volpe
if you
6?
played?
Yeah, I mean, I think he's got to stay 5.
So
Gotta.
the bottom of the lineup would be Jazz, Volpe, I guess
Rizzo.
What if you?
Rizzo, catcher if it's Trevino or Wells, and then
What if?
Verdugo.
What if you put?
Oh.
What if you put Jazz 9?
Maybe.
What if you put Jazz 9?
Because
Because
people know.
again, the
Thank
Dodgers.
you, Joe, for the call.
The Dodgers have been doing that. They've been putting a better bat than a 9-hole guy. At 9, he gets the guy.
that's
he
the
gets on,
turnover,
and then he
okay,
gets
so
the turnover.
I'll
That's
get
what
you.
I'm.
I'll get you right here. So when
Nikki Lemire.
Nikki, I'll answer the phone in 1 second. Just calling back 2 seconds. So what I think when Volpe was first entering the lineup, I don't know if it was last year or the year before. Yeah, whatever time. Last year that the Yankees hate having that turnover person. They never run it, and like they had Volpe in that position, but then Volpe went cold. I got it.
I'll put him on hold.
That's fine. When Volpe went cold, then they started moving him around. But I do like that turnover spot if you have a Volpe or you have a Jazz. But at this point, neither of them are really hitting. So what's the point of having that 9 spot if neither of them are hitting?
There's no point.
I'm so down on this team.
Yeah.
I mean, I just
You got to try something. I mean,
I think that this team is absolutely like this is what this team makes me feel right now.
Spooky?
Spooky. It's a little spooky. I'm gonna be honest, a little spooky.
not
I'm
like
a little scared.
not like down in the dumps.
This is too positive.
This
I
is too
think.
positive.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's-
I need
yeah,
one that
that's-
like just like a scream, like a.
Shout out Dr. Yeah, that's true. That's their bats
this
right now.
is their bats
I was
right
waiting
now.
for this one. That's what I was.
Yeah, that's. I mean,
That's
you're
what I
right.
was expecting. I was expecting down in the dumps, just
Down in
no
the dumps,
offense
absolutely
going.
awful. Okay, so we're gonna get a couple phone calls soon. Nick, you can call back if you want. We'll take your call first.
But no, I definitely agree that
All right, we got Nikki on the phone. Hello.
I just wanted to call, let you know, I'm a big fan. I've been following you since the Nizzle 925 days.
Thank you. I
But I just
appreciate
got a
that. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Quick question for you. Who is the worst New York athlete, Aaron Judge or Daniel Jones?
I
Daniel
mean, it's not
Jones.
even close, Daniel Jones.
I have the final information though on the Deontay Johnson trade.
Thank you, Nikki. We'll talk about it in a second.
Panthers are trading wide receiver Deontay Johnson and a 2025 6th-round pick to the Ravens in exchange for a 5th rounder. That's what's getting the job.
5th round.
When we get,
That's
when we-
it.
We'll
Just
talk
a
about it
fifth
when we
rounder.
get to. That's
Interesting.
wild,
So
yeah.
a pick and Deontay Johnson to the Ravens for a 5th rounder.
And in regards to what
that's it
the
right
caller
now.
just said, I think it's without a doubt Daniel Jones, because Daniel Jones is absolutely atrocious in the regular
Last night was
season.
a rough night.
He's honestly had more success in the post. I mean, not really, but
He had one game.
he had one
He
game.
played 2 games.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, without a doubt, we forget, obviously, in the postseason is when it matters most. But Aaron Judge, his legacy just might be
He just can't perform in
he
the
just
playoffs.
can't perform in the playoffs, and he's the greatest regular season hitter in 20 years. I mean, that's just what
At
we're gonna.
least to 20.
Yeah, I
I'd-
mean, that's-
I'd give him more. He is
He's brutal.
unbelievable in the regular season.
He's unbelievable.
His numbers are unbelievable.
He's one of the. He's going to be go down as one of the best players
Hitters
in
I said
baseball.
hitter,
I mean, it's true. And
yeah,
but if he's not going to be able to
he looks
perform in the postseason, and he doesn't even look bad. He looks
awful. He looks lost.
He looks lost. He looks worse than Verdugo.
He
Does.
He
At least
does.
Verdugo homered.
Yeah, like Verdugo. At least Verdugo's getting a hit, but like he looks worse than most.
he reminds me of
there
Vientos
we
when
go.
he got called up.
So we got another phone call coming
Lost.
in. Let's see.
What that was a number?
Hello. Hello.
You're on the line.
How you doing? I'm a long-time listener, first-time caller.
How you doing?
I have to preface this phone call by saying I despise the Yankees, so I just want to let you know because I know you're a long-time Yankee fan.
Yep.
I want to know with the moves that Aaron Boone has made, pitching to Freeman, and maybe not his move at third base last night, but being sent home. Does Boone keep his job?
I saw this going into the series. I know a couple of people were talking about it, that whatever team lost, that coach would be on the hot seat. And I think the fashion that this is going, I think I don't know if it's a guaranteed that he's going to lose his job, but it's definitely going to be. I think it has to be talked about.
And do you think, Dale?
think
Do you think he's going to lose his job?
I think to make moves like that in the World Series, it wouldn't surprise me. I think he should lose his job.
for a viable
Yeah.
replacement, I
Thank
think
you
so.
for the call.
Yeah.
Not a first-time
Pops.
head coach.
Big Pops, good call there. That's a great question. I want to talk about it. It's a great question.
And the judge thing, the stand thing that you
Yeah.
talked about too.
So basically, in my opinion, my first thought as a Yankee fan is there's no way you can keep him after this. So,
Really?
But there's no way. Some of these decisions, I mean, you could start all the way from game one, or even earlier than that, like in previous series. Game one, pulling Cole too early. That's a big part. That sets you up for that Nestor Cortez bottom 10.
Okay.
It does. You take him out too early. It sets you up for that because then you're using your high leverage relief pitchers. You use Clay and you use Weaver already, and then you can't go to Weaver for a third straight inning in the 10th. You can't do that, especially to your closer. I know he's a longer closer, but still, you want to hold him on for more games.
Right.
And then going to Nestor in that scenario. I mean, like I said before, it was one of the worst decisions that
Really
I think
was.
It was one of the worst decisions I think
Yeah.
I could have
In
thought
recent
of.
memory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How
Now,
do you go to a starter who hasn't been out in a month against a very good lights out in this postseason relief pitcher like Tim Hill, who's a different look? I get it that Mookie comes up and Mookie really does well against lefties, but he's throwing practically submarine.
Yeah, it's a crafty look. I mean, it's different.
Who would
we
you
got here.
replace? Who would you replace Aaron Boone with?
I have no idea.
You have no idea.
I have no idea.
There's one guy that I
do
would've-
I
You
want to
can't
bring up.
fire him. I mean, come on.
I want to bring it. Well, also, this is my thought process.
One guy
Again, with
I
the
would have
third,
thought of, but
with-
he's gone. He's now off the board.
with sending
and that would be
Stanton.
Terry Francona.
With,
Imagine that.
with standing.
Wow, that would be a
That'd
good
be a
move.
weird
With-
move.
Weird
La-
move, but that would work.
with sending Stanton last night. Obviously, that's a third baseman problem. But the
I
third
know
base
that guy.
comes
I think I know him.
from- Yeah,
He's a bum.
yeah, he's a bum. But I mean, you can't send him there. It's an absolute atrocious decision. But this is my thought process. After thinking about it for days.
It's all right.
Yes, I think he deserves to be fired. Will he?
No.
Probably
No.
not,
No.
because I don't think
They're
he
too deep in
makes
it
the
now.
decisions.
You
I
really
don't think he makes that decision.
You think it's
I
Hal?
really don't. I think it's. I don't think it's Hal making game time decisions, but I think
Or
it's whatever
Cashman.
analytical department.
Dusty Blake.
Yeah, it's whatever
his name
the
is.
the analytical department
Dusty
is making that
Blake.
decision.
Who's the pitching coach?
Oh, Matt Blake.
Matt Blake.
Yeah, no,
Dusty
it's not
I
Matt.
think
Blake.
that's the Cardinals.
No.
coach.
It's not Matt. I
Dusty
think it's
Blake.
whatever analytical.
That just sounds like an
decision.
old person. Dusty Blake.
We got a couple people. Some people saying Buck Showalter. We got a
No.
Joe Girardi
You
in
already
the
did
chat,
that. You already got fired.
and we got
Buck's done.
Yeah,
Buck
Buck's
is
done.
shot. Buck is shot.
another phone call coming in from Todd. Todd, what's up?
Hello.
Yep.
Hello.
Yeah, you're on.
Yeah, no, I love that you guys or you mentioned the analytic part, because that's actually what I wanted to say before. I normally defend Boone. I normally back him, but some of his bullpen decisions very questionable, and I think they went with in game one because of the numbers he had against Shohei. He had him like 2 for 12 or something like that. But you still don't put a guy that's coming off injury in that high leverage of a spot. You obviously put in Tim Hill, but analytics are like part of the game now. That's kind of annoying.
Do you get the same? You
I
get
don't
the
want-
same point, like, or like, I
Yeah.
guess vibe from me that like I really don't think he's making some of these lineup decisions or making some of these in-game decisions. I think that it's coming from that analytical department.
Yeah, that's what I think. Because I mean, everyone knows you should put in Tim Hill in that spot, but the numbers say Nestor has great success against Shohei. You want to get him out, and then obviously you miss a spot with Freddie. Freddie drilled the ball. I don't mind them intentionally walking Mookie. I don't hate it. Either way, it's a pick your poison because Freddie reverse splits. Mookie's been on fire. I mean, it was a lose-lose, I guess.
But
But,
where is the numbers that says, oh, he hasn't pitched in 35 days or something?
They don't
like
think
that?
about this.
Exactly.
In
Logically,
their,
like, it
thank you
doesn't
for the
make
call.
sense.
They think that
Where's that?
in their opinion, I listened to the pregame. I mean, in their head, they're like, oh, he's been throwing simulated innings, he's been throwing bullpens, and
That's
he's been, but it's not.
not
It's,
the
That's
same.
not
it's
the
not.
never
same.
is the
It's
same.
not compared to a bottom 10
World Series.
World Series
Series.
game one. Like it's not.
Bases loaded.
Yeah,
Bases
bases
loaded.
Yeah, it's the most high leverage situation, and you just can't do that to
one
a
of
player.
the best
Can't.
bats in baseball
Yeah.
in Freddie Freeman.
And one out away
Polished.
from a game one win.
Yeah.
Well, you're 1 out away now because you
Yeah.
get Shohei out and 1 out because of a fantastic play by Verdugo, which is also why you can't sit Verdugo for Dominguez because Dominguez
No,
doesn't
I
make
agree.
that play.
That it was also important too. Obviously, yeah, Verdugo made the out, and that got you 1 out closer, but did move the runner second, third.
Yeah, it's not his fault that he flew
Flew
head
it.
first
No,
into
in
the
the stands.
I
stands.
agree, but
That's a dumb rule.
it is a dumb rule.
Well,
I get it because they could tag that he's in the stands and runners move up.
Yeah.
I get
it's
it.
an automatic move,
Yeah,
but
I get
No
it.
way around it.
no, it was a great play though, at Verdugo. But
Yeah, there's no bit that I think that without a doubt, I think you have to at least consider firing. But I think, in my opinion, even though
if there's
the
another
softest
option,
man alive is Hal Steinbrenner, I don't think there's any. I think that you should start from the top. Go through. Fire Cashman. It's time. Fire
I
Boone.
could
Fire
see-
everyone. Get
I
clean
could-
house.
Really?
I could
Clean
see,
house.
I could see Cashman getting fired more than Boone.
Fire Cashman. Bring someone in. I don't know who.
Who's the guy from the Red Sox? What was his name?
I don't want
Back in the
anyone.
day?
I don't want anyone
No,
who has
like
Red Sox blood in
semi-recently.
them.
No, he was a really good GM. He made them. He brought Mook in. He brought all those guys in. and they
Yeah, but
left.
I think that whoever
Oh,
you're gonna
maybe
bring
he's
in-
with the Cubs now.
they're gonna keep
Epstein?
Cashman because
Epstein.
they think that Cashman's gonna have the best
Yeah, where is he
opportunity
now?
to re-sign
he's with the
Soto. And
Cubs.
right now, if you lose this series, the number one priority is to re-sign Soto. Number one, hands down.
Well-
Do everything in your power to re-sign him.
Okay,
What do-
Everything.
the rumors is
the Dodgers.
The Dodgers. What do you think
I-
of that? Do you think
if-
that's a
That's
bunch
If
of
we
bull, or do you
if we
think
get
that's
swept
true?
by the Dodgers and Soto goes to the Dodgers, I'm not kidding. I'm not watching baseball next season. I'm
They're-
not because
Just
that's
because of
gonna,
one guy?
No,
There's-
because that team is unstoppable. Then
Yeah.
the
There's-
team is unstoppable.
Oh, it's
There's
more of a Dodger
also-
thing than a Yankee.
No, it's
hatred,
losing.
Yankee
It's
thing.
losing Soto, obviously, and Yankees hate because you didn't re-sign him and you lost it to them.
to them.
I
think that would be
if he
worse
goes
than-
there, it's
That's a
absolutely
slap in
over.
the face.
If
There's
he
a shot
goes
he
there,
goes there though.
if
There
he
is.
goes
There
there,
is-
the
I wouldn't be
league,
surprised.
the league will lose viewership next year.
If he goes to
But
LA,
If he does, because that rule, that loophole that the Dodgers used to
the
sign
pension,
Soto,
yeah, the pension,
the whole
plan.
thing where he's getting paid in 10 years, dude, if you read this lineup to a 12-year-old kid who knows nothing about analytics and just knows names, he'd be like, that's the greatest team I've ever seen in my life.
But
You know what I mean? Like
isn't there-
name-wise,
I feel like
Teoscar Hernandez, Will Smith, it's top to
Freddie
bottom. Top-
Freeman,
there's a
Freddie
part-
Freeman, Tommy
Shohei.
Edman, Mookie Betts,
he tries to sneak
Max
Tommy
Muncy.
Edman.
Max Muncy. Tommy Edman is gross.
He's having a great postseason.
He's having a great postseason.
Postseason, yeah.
It's 1
first
through
time
9.
he's
They're
been-
1 through 9. They're disgusting.
Gavin Lux.
But, like, you're putting him
You
in
talk about the you talk about the
superstar
players.
level.
Kike.
No, he's not. I was naming the whole lineup,
Kike.
but I'm
Yeah.
saying this whole lineup looks like an all-star lineup.
Yeah.
Right. And
a
then
good line.
you're pitching Kershaw, who's hurt, and
Yoshinobu Yamamoto.
Yamamoto, and
Glasnow.
Isn't there a
Glasnow,
part of you that
everyone's
wants
hurt.
them to sign? Well, not you to sign
No,
Soto, but there's
absolutely
a
not.
part of me that is like, if they sign Soto, like the pressure's on even more. Like I kind of love that for them.
For the
Just being
Yankees.
the villains. No, the Dodgers. Like,
Oh yes.
like sign them. Who cares? Like we'll come after you. They're known.
come after you, dude.
They're known choke artists in the
Okay,
playoffs.
but do you understand
Until
Oh,
this
they're
year,
not doing it
Do you
now.
obviously.
understand what that lineup looks like?
What do you mean? They've said that in 2017, 2018. Every
Okay,
other
but you're-
year they're in the
but
playoffs.
it's just getting
But look
bigger.
at,
but they
it's
always
it's-
just keep
this
doing
has
more.
never been like this.
No, it's been pretty good.
If they sign Soto, it's not going to be like that. Nothing's going to be like that.
This is
No,
what-
but I
You're
kind of
talking
love
about
that for them.
You're talking about Ohtani to Shohei to Betts to Freeman.
How often do
Ohtani-
super
Ota-
teams really
Ohtani
work?
and Shohei are the same person. Ohtani to Betts. You said Shohei.
Oh my God! So I'm sorry. Yeah. Okay, sorry. Ohtani to Soto to Mookie
Oh yes.
to Freeman.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of love that for them.
And then your 5 guys,
You
Teoscar
love that? You're never going to win anything ever again. You're never
What do
going
you
to win.
mean?
Your
the
guy,
Mets will never
It's
win.
not about the best team, man. It's not about the best team on paper.
Yeah,
It's
we're
about
looking at a
getting
year
hot
where
at the right time.
you're looking at a year where it's about the best team.
Well, the first time it's happened in like a while.
Okay, but
Yeah.
there's a strong possibility that you could see it happen because
Listen.
$700 million is not on the Dodgers books.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see what
For
happens.
now.
But
And it looks
I think if they
And
sign
imagine
them,
if they
put
sign
all the pressure
Soto
on
and
the
they do
world.
the exact same thing. It's another $600 million contract, but it's deferred to 2035.
Yeah.
And they do the same thing.
So I have a.
every
and then
team
they,
does shady stuff.
And then they get more players.
every team.
And
is
then they
shady.
re-sign Teoscar.
So there's a guy.
Yeah, go for it.
So if Soto doesn't go to
You're
the
ridiculous.
Dodgers,
It will be the Dodgers for the next 6 years.
yeah. If the so
what
if
do you mean? I mean, who know? You don't know that.
You're
Like,
right. You don't.
there
but
is-
like they've been until this year. They weren't really great postseason. A great postseason team.
Sal says clean house. He laughed at me saying clean house that we're in the World Series. Yeah, we're in the World Series right now, but we've had 4 runs in about 15 innings, and
you've
those
also-
4 runs have been in the bottom of the 9th where the game was out of reach. So
Yeah.
I'm miserable.
There's one guy.
I mean, I am. I can't lie about it. I'm miserable.
Yeah.
I'm looking to the future because I will start buying in when they start buying in.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
I will start reinvesting my emotions to this team when they start showing that they have emotions to reinvest because they don't. Because right now, I'm like, oh, let's start the game. Glaber gets on because he's been great this offseason. Soto
Postseason.
maybe get a postseason. Soto,
That'd be the offseason.
Soto, yeah. Soto gets on.
Yeah.
Right? Great. Judge, strikeout. Stan goes for a moonshot. He either gets it or he doesn't. He strikes out. Jazz, dead. Right? Jazz is done. And then the next 2 innings are 5, 6, 7. Right?
8, 9, 1.
8, 9, 1. And every single time, the amount of times this series that I've seen 8, 9, 1 come up, and it's 2 outs with Glaber on. And then Glaber gets a base hit again. And then Soto probably runs into an out, and then that happens, and then you're the top of your lineup's done again.
Yeah,
dude, it's constant. I'm not getting involved or invested in this team because I'm just gonna get more and more angry. And last night, I'm a absolute loser. I sat there and watched that game, and I watched the Giants on my computer lose, and I had the Knicks on too. So I watched all 3 of my teams, 1 lose in the World Series, 1 lose on Monday Night Football again, and 1 lose on the 3rd game of the season to the Cavs. I am checked out. I'm done.
I thought you were gonna storm out.
If you need to leave, you can go get some air.
Connie, you want to take my spot? No, he shakes that
He's just
no.
as miserable. He has the Jets.
I'm done. I can't stand it anymore. I
And-
can't do this.
So
I can't. I'm not gonna sit there tonight. There's a strong possibility I watch the Islanders tonight over the Yankees. There's
well,
a strong
that's
a strong possibility.
That's insane.
It is. I'll flip back and forth. but
That's
this-
insane.
I can't do it, dude.
Come on.
I
It is
can't do it.
wild.
I can't. This team is dead. Dead. No bats. 0. Done. Done. The manager
Keep
is a
going.
buffoon. He is. He's a buffoon. He's an idiot. He's sitting there chewing his gum. They got 40 strike calls. Dude,
What do you mean it's a buffoon?
Dude.
Your team has to hit at some point. He's not going
Yeah.
to get up and start batting for them.
I'm not saying he's going to start batting for them, but when you make dumb moves
He
in
does, but
game 1, when you make dumb moves in
it's a
game 1, when you
combination
make dumb moves in game 3,
You
when
also
you're
have to
going
hit, though.
like yesterday, it was an absolute joke. They're going like I understand he did the job, but you go to Nestor in that scenario, like you know what the backlash is going to be. You go to Nestor for a long relief, and then you take him out. It doesn't make sense to me. Nothing they do makes sense. It's all dumb, and it obviously hasn't worked out for them. It hasn't. I showed Robert a clip before.
are you okay?
No, shut up. I showed Robert a clip before that the Yankees looked at 28 called fastballs in the zone yesterday, and they swung at 0 of them. 0. 28 called
exactly. You
strikes
gotta start
in the
jumping on
zone.
that.
0 of them.
Is that like who's your hitting coach?
What's his name?
It's not Sean Casey anymore. It's the other guy.
I forgot his name. Give me 1 second.
Wikipedia.
Yeah, I'm looking it up. Yeah, James Rousen.
Oh,
Never heard of him. Well, I mean, is it just an approach thing? Is he telling them like take the first pitch? Because that
No,
obviously
some of them
isn't
are jumping.
working.
Some of them. I mean, Glaber's been jumping on the first pitch every single at bat. I don't know if it's approach. I think they're lost. I think they're collapsing. You have a team that plays on the biggest stage in the world, on the biggest franchise in the country, right? And those players can't handle pressure besides Soto and Stanton.
Could I get
It's
your
ridiculous.
Can I get your thoughts? If Soto comes back and you make some other additions, do you think you guys get a World Series within the next couple years?
What if we do?
Yeah.
If what happens? Say that
If you
again.
get Soto and like a couple other additions, do you
They're
think
gonna
you
need
win
a
a World
few-
Series?
few
I
more
think
than a
I think you
couple.
need Soto. I think if you re-sign Soto, re-sign Soto and get some bench depth that can produce.
Yeah.
What about Willie Adames?
So it's not all doom and gloom.
No, you wouldn't want Willie Adames.
I
playing
just
third
hate
base?
I hate that stupid thing that you do.
No,
I hate
Willie
it.
Adames.
You always do that. You always ask me about players. Like I'm gonna say like I don't care
What
about
do you
Willie
think?
Adames right now. It's game 4 of the World Series
You-
tonight. I don't care.
Didn't you say you're watching the Islanders?
Yeah, I might. I might.
What
But like you said to me before about the Mets, when you were texting me about you're already thinking about players. I don't want to think about players already. I don't care about players.
I would want
This is what they should do. They know what to do, right?
do
they-
they?
Maybe not. Maybe I don't know.
I was good. That's what I was,
Maybe.
that's
I
what I
don't
was
know.
waiting for.
Like, dude, I'm just miserable. It's so bad to watch
That's a
right now.
soundbite.
It's
Yeah.
so bad to watch right now. And honestly, I hate that I'm sitting in between two people on a podcast who love every second of it.
I mean, yeah, this is awesome.
Your
This is
little
great.
brother syndrome through and through. You guys are absolutely
Listen.
pathetic. And you, I just don't
What?
even
On
know.
a personal level, I don't.
The,
I'm
the
not.
country
The Mets are
in New York,
pathetic.
in sports, in American sports,
Okay.
every other team thrives when New York doesn't. And all of you are little brothers, and that's pathetic. That's sad that all you guys get happy when we do bad. That's bad.
Well, I mean, it's just because it goes back to the buying a World
like the
Series
Dallas
thing, like just buying
Cowboys.
free agents, and that's why. That's
I'm
the
talking
history
about
of
every
it.
sport.
Yeah, I mean, that's like
You
it's
guys
a
are
typical,
like
it's a
equivalent
typical New
of
York
like the
thing.
Dallas Cowboys. When the Cowboys lose, everyone's happy.
I think I just broke this thing.
Nice.
Nice, good job.
I don't know where that piece went. Oh, there it is.
Fell.
But you know what I mean? Like think about it that way.
Yeah,
It's
but
like the
that's
Dallas
just. But
Cowboys.
you're just gonna sit-
Exactly. Yes.
That's what. Yeah.
Lakers. Well, Celtics too. You could throw in. but-
Yeah, you can throw. Actually,
So-
yeah, you could. Throw them.
I guess I am.
But it's like the Dallas Cowboys of sports.
yeah, there's just teams that are hated. Like
Yeah.
just most World Series.
It's
free
you're just.
agency,
It's, I know
everything.
you're upset, but The Mets aren't pathetic. They're not a pathetic team.
They're a pathetic franchise. Absolutely pathetic franchise. You guys are so sorry. You guys are franchise-wise. You're so sorry.
As a whole,
As a whole, you guys
As a
are
whole, yes.
so
Yeah.
pathetic.
Okay, but
You
I'm,
are.
I'm talking about now.
You're pathetic now. You've been pathetic for your entire
this
life.
year was pathetic.
This year was
it
pathetic.
wasn't
You said-
pathetic, but your franchise as a whole
said
is
now.
pathetic.
Yeah, he did
because
say
you know
now.
why? I tell you why. And why you are now? Because your fan base is loving every second of this. Number one, wait, and then you guys have the audacity to speak on the topic when you're done. You're out. Shut up. You're done.
I'm not speaking on the topic.
I'm saying your fan
on what?
base.
We're
your
not
fan
really
base. They're like,
speaking on the
they're like, I'm looking at Twitter. All the Mets fans are like, this wouldn't happen if we were in it. Like, I don't care what you
that's-
have to say. You're done. You're out. You're done. You're out.
You guys are pretty much out too.
Yeah. Okay, but we're not.
Oh.
It's one game. We're pretty much out. Okay. We got farther than you. Who cares?
Not by much.
How about this? How about this? 3 games is by much. 3 games.
I wouldn't.
We're in the World Series. You're not. We
We've
have
had-
a small percentage chance to make the World Series at this point. You have an absolute 0% chance. There's no comparison.
Okay.
There isn't. I don't care if you won 2 games and we didn't win a game yet.
I'm not.
It doesn't matter.
didn't-
You're not in the World Series. We are. That's it.
Well,
No comments.
At least you're not enjoying it. So
no, I'm not
it's
enjoying
pretty
it.
even.
There's nothing.
I don't know
enjoying
how
this.
I would feel. It's not like you're here and this is like, here we go. Like it's over.
Yeah, it's over. Yeah. So what if it's over? Okay, but if they win tonight, they win tomorrow. It's fun. It's fun, and maybe they have a chance to do to do the thing that nothing that has never happened before, and come back from a 3-0.
Listen, if they do that, I tip my cap. Ultimate
reverse
respect.
sweep.
04 ALCS.
Maybe.
Yeah.
And if it's not,
Yankees,
then
Red
it's
Sox.
over. It doesn't matter. But I'm not gonna. We're not gonna go back and forth. That thing this morning really riled me up. It got my day started. The
Which one?
Salicata thing,
Uh-oh.
where he said that
The Mets.
the Mets are resilient and a push through and strong and whatever. And then they were like, "What's the Yankees?" And he was like, "Average."
They are average.
That's crazy.
How is
They're top heavy.
okay?
No, I mean making the World Series. Though,
Like,
is
what
not
do you mean
average.
average? They
No,
won the
but-
division. They won the American League. They're not average. They're
The
a
American
good team.
League was a cakewalk this year.
Oh
Your
my
2 biggest ops were out before you even played a game.
Play who's in front of you.
What?
What does it matter? Play who's in front of you.
Okay, you did. You played a good Kansas City team, and then Cleveland's best player, their guy.
But what does it matter?
didn't show
We
up.
won. It would be bad if we lost, but we did it. We won. You can't say the team's average. They're playing awful in the World Series on the biggest stage.
I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, you could rub that in. You could talk about the series, but you're not going to say the Yankees season has been average.
But would you call this season a failure? Because you called.
Absolutely.
Oh, okay. So,
Absolutely.
but
the
it's
season's a
but
failure.
it's better than average. It's a
yeah,
failure.
because I have a
but
high
it's-
standard for the team. I have a high standard for the team.
Okay.
The team wasn't average. The team was good, and they still failed. That's why. That's why I'm angry. This team could have won a World Series in my
You
head,
should've.
and they didn't.
Yeah.
Or they might still have a chance.
What if it was Mets Yankees? You think they would?
Oh yeah, I do. I really do. I honestly
It would
think
be a
that it's
lot
different
closer
approach.
than this.
It's a
It would be
it's a
closer
different
than
approach.
this.
It's a different approach.
It's a
You
it would
can't
be
say
closer than
you
this.
can't say the Yankees would be this dead because you don't know.
No,
because it's two
right.
different teams.
I could probably. I think most people would probably say though it would be close. It would be much closer than this. It wouldn't
Definitely,
be 3-0.
Yeah, it would
It-
be much
just a lot
closer.
of
I think the
hostility,
Yankees do
yeah.
win that. I do. I have no basis on it. You can
No, I know,
disagree.
I
I have no
know.
basis.
No.
But I think so.
No,
I think that the reason that as soon as your bat started going cold, you lost. That's it. Which is what happened.
yeah, we were
Yeah,
trading
it's
blowouts. It was wild.
As soon as you
It was
guys
a
went
wild
cold, you were done.
NLCS.
But it doesn't matter. I don't want if, maybes, buts, hypotheticals.
No, I'm
it
not
doesn't
saying-
matter.
I'm not saying that.
tonight's game 4 of the World Series. The Yankees win. They stay alive. If they lose, they're done. Like if the Dodgers win, whatever.
Now, what is the disappointment level on a scale of 1 to 10 if they lose?
Tonight,
Just overall, like
dude, it's
having not won a World Series since 09.
yeah, I would be
disappointment
very
level.
very disappointed.
10 out of 10?
I would. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to be upset. I'm going to be upset.
I feel like but
I
it's,
just-
it's pretty much set in already. It's because it's been continued. It's not like you had a shot. You haven't won a game yet.
I understand.
That's what I'm saying. Like this has been developing. This isn't like an instant. Oh my god! Now it's over.
Anyways,
I think that I don't know. I think that it's just coming from a Met fan. It's just
Just
very
because it's me.
yeah, absolutely. It's just very annoying.
Okay. fine.
because I know you're backing. I know you're a thing. I get it. I would do the same thing to you.
Okay. Don't be mad.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
But people are tuning in for entertainment. We got 9 viewers, so
All-time high?
all-time high. So
Man.
yeah, people are tuning in for
At least,
entertainment.
something's producing well.
We got about 5-6 minutes. If anyone wants to call in last, you can. We'll answer one question and we'll get out of here because next week will be a whole different thing.
Oh, yeah.
It's either the greatest thing ever happened.
Yes.
Will it be over
Oh.
by then?
Yeah, it would.
Yes, it would.
Yeah, it would. It's Friday and Saturday. or less.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
So it's either next week we talk about probably the most exciting thing to ever happen to sports ever, or we didn't even get to. I mean, we can't talk about the Giants today,
Or
but
anyone.
we'll
else,
talk about
any
the
other
Giants and
team.
Jets. They're done. Giants done. Jets done. Sit Daniel Jones. The contract is too much of a problem.
He's horrible.
They're not.
He's horrible. They
He's
have to
just-
sit him. because
Anthony
if-
Richardson got benched.
Anthony
Good.
Richardson is one
Great
of the
move.
soft.
Playing Flacco?
Well, you have to.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying.
He said
but
it was a good move.
Did you see what he did,
Who?
Richardson?
He left the game. He's tired, right?
Yeah, he was breathing heavy. you out of
Yeah,
your
welcome
mind?
to the NFL, buddy.
Dude,
Yeah.
This is, you
Sorry.
have
we got Connor.
balls
We got
playing
Connor
team.
clapping back to people in the chat.
Really? What's it say?
Sal said, "Have the Yankees ever been swept in a World Series before?" Connor said, "Reds in '76."
They did.
Yeah, I guess we got
I
swept in
guess
Reds in '76.
The big red machine. Right? Isn't that was
Mhm.
that was them?
I'm miserable. Looks like we're not gonna get we're not getting any calls in here, but
miserable.
I mean, thank you guys everyone for watching. This was an absolute great episode. I love people calling in. Love the viewership.
Love the calls.
2 back-to-back great weeks. Even though New York sports has been absolutely abysmal, the show has been doing great. Thank you guys for watching.
Maybe that's what we just need. The downfall of New York
the
sports.
downfall and
get
and
us-
this
The evil empire.
Get us going.
by next week, I'm gonna start like twitching and just be absolute like a lunatic or in
Yeah.
a straitjacket because of how angry this team is.
We going gray and balding.
Thank you
Yeah.
guys all for watching.
He
We'll
may
talk
not
to you
be here
guys
next week.
Yeah, we'll talk to you
Yeah.
guys next week.
He might be lost.
Cancun edition next week.
Yeah. It's all right.